In this video, we're going to do a quick demonstration of the OPC Server remote configuration client. On the screen, you'll see I have the application running. I have my top server configuration next to it, and below I have my SQL audit log, one of the features of this product. This is just a quick demonstration to let you see the application in action. I've already connected to my top server here using the REST API on the server. We're not covering it in this video, but you do need to, on your top server, have the config API enabled and assign passwords to users. We're just using an admin login, but we do recommend you use users that have the specific rights you want them to have with regards to editing the configurations. Also, everything you see here also applies with Kept Server EX products. I just happen to be demonstrating it with Top Server here. One of the convenient features is that the application does have pre-configured connections, and then you can store your own connections, as you can see I've done here. With the pre-configured connections, we've already assumed the administrator username and the default port numbers, so all you have to do is enter the password. So this is a HTTPS connection. There's an HTTP connection. You'll notice the port numbers are different. If you are connecting to a remote OPC server, you would also need to make sure that the chosen port, which is defined in the OPC server configuration settings, is open on any firewalls. To keep things simple here, I'm just connecting to a local server. So you can see once I'm connected, I have all the same channels that you see on the right in my top server. Let's make a change here so that you can see that change happen. I'm going to change the description of that channel to demo video test and click update, and it's going to update that. And if I go and bring this up, you'll see demo video test. So I made the change there. Likewise, if I make changes on this side, the OPC Server Remote Config Client periodically checks for updates in the project ID, which is how it knows what the changes have happened, and will refresh the screen. So let's also make a change to a device. So you'll see I have a couple devices here, and let's go ahead and just change this total flow device demo video. Let's change the name of this, and we'll call this demo video, and we'll update the name of this, and you'll notice it changed over here right away, and you can see that it changed here. So there's making changes to channel and devices. Well, what if you want to add a channel or device? I want to give myself a little more room here to work with. And you'll also see, by the way, that there's some tags on here. Tags also show up, and you can edit your tags as well. But I want to add a channel, so I'm going to right-click, Add Channel, pick from the available drivers. I'll select the Modbus TCP Ethernet, and once I've got that done, I'll call this Modbus TCP Ethernet Demo Video, and I'll save that channel to the OPC server, and you'll see the channel showed up over here, and it showed up here. Now I can go and add a device to it, and I'll call this the Demo Video Modbus TCP device, my demo PLC, and we'll go down here, and I believe I've got to give this an IP address. I'll just make up one. I'm not actually connected to a PLC here, and I'll save that, and you'll see the device is now added over here. If I then want to add a tag to that device or a tag group, I can add a group called Demo Video, save that, and you'll see my tag group appears right there. And then if I want to add a tag to that tag group, I'll just add a tag, and I'll call this My Holding Register, and let's use good old 40,001. And you notice that it shows up in my tag list here, and it shows up over here. So that's some simple things that you can do. The event log also refreshes. You can export the event log if you need to for troubleshooting, which is quite handy. It will export it as a CSV, automatically date and timestamp the log file. Now let's go have a look at the audit trail. You notice that that's running. Well, let's go over here. I've already connected to my SQL database, which we include a script for you to configure that. And you'll see down here where all those changes I were making were logged. And they were logged in terms of what username I was logged in as, the OPC server port. Obviously, it's local here. If I scroll back up here in my log, I probably have some remote ones that I did along the way. You see some non-local IPs. The IP address of the client machine, the user group, and what object was changed, what property was changed, the value before, the value after, and the time logged both in the client time zone and in UTC. This gives you strong accountability. The user cannot turn off the audit log. That requires administrative access. And there are some settings that the user can use to configure the behavior in terms of how much is showed in the event log, whether the logs refresh or not automatically, which for remote connections, we really recommend you just manually refresh the logs. That way you're not that it's that bandwidth intensive. When we refresh the event logs, we only grab the changes since the last time we refreshed, but it still, to have it constantly refreshing is probably not the greatest idea for any application. So that's the OPC Server Remote Config Client. If you are interested in giving it a try, you can download from our website a trial version that will allow you to connect and read and see everything in your server. A license is required to make changes. And if you need to meet with someone, let us know, and we can happily go through any questions you have. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.